Hi guys. On February 27th, which was yesterday evening, I finally checked some of my notes that I had to check challenges for the month of February. And I found one that I forgot to read up on. From Happy Paper People, Margie did a challenge on there. And it was supposed to be a clean, simple, no antique, no vintage, no distressing, no grunge. Basically, you were to create a journal in the style of the way we did our scrapbooks back in the 90s. And I made a comment. I said, well, I really wish I'd seen this earlier and I'd done it. Okay. So last night, I was sitting here about 30 minutes after seeing that post. And I was like, you know what? I can do this. I've got papers from the 90s. I know the techniques because I sold scrapbook supplies and did demos and stuff all the time. And I said, I can do this. It'll be a breeze, and it's pretty close to a lot of the clean journals that I like to do. Simple and plain, and I don't distress, so it wasn't going to cause. So, last evening, on the 27th, I made 2 journals. Today is February 28th. I posted them last night, but I didn't get ready. I couldn't do the video till tonight. So here are my 2 journals I did for Margie's challenge on Happy Paper People. They were supposed to be spring flower inspired. I happened to have a set of papers that I'd got from somebody's D-stash, and these were it was a set similar like you would buy in the 90s. The papers, I don't think, well, there's 2 different sets of papers in here. One of them might actually be from the 90s. The style of some of the things that I did, I remember back reminiscent of those days. So here they are. With the bright, I like to keep my covers very simple. You weren't allowed to use fabric either, by the way, is one of the things. But so they had some, remember the punch-out letters? It was big in the 90s in the scrapbooking, and you had to glue them on. Well, here we go. I did flowers and colors that coordinated with that paper. So here's journal number 1. Very simple. This was actually original. Scrapbook company I sold for was Creative Memories, by the way. In demo, they had they had the 9x13 sheets of paper. This is what they had, their line papers that you could put in their scrapbook. So I've cut it down. So this is actually from the 90s, and made my own little journal index card type things. One of the big things that they used black markers, and they would doodle and draw. Even their lettering, they would, we had light boxes. I wasn't going to dig out my light boxes and all those supplies, but I've still got them. And so that's why they would do simple, usually this would be a mat for a picture, but I turned them into pockets. Well, let's be honest, all my journals just go in storage. Nobody ever, I don't have anybody to give them to or nothing to do with them. So, but that's essentially what it would do. This journal would be to add your pictures in to journal on them. And so you did the faux stitching with the black marker. That was a big thing at that time. So very simple and clean. This is another thing, using punched out shapes to do edgings on papers and designs, and add stickers, coordinating stickers to them. So most pages have a sticker. But here we go. I thought this would make good journaling space. You can actually write in those. I thought that would be good journaling pages, a different take on lined paper. You can only use white or cream colored paper, so I added some in. This was actually one of the papers from the 90s. Also, it was a Creative Memories type thing, paper. And I made a few small journaling cards. Pictures can be put on them, just writing. But plenty of space to write and add your pictures too. But there you go. Very simple, clean journal, which is what she wanted. Then some flowers. I was wanting to put spring flowers since that was our theme that we're supposed to use, but there wasn't enough of the punch-out letters. Some had been used of the pack that I had. So, but I was able to get flowers out of both of them. Another big thing that we did was you would layer up paper with stickers and other paper to form, and I just made this a side tuck or a corner tuck. But that was a thing that they did with the stickers. Edgings on the sides of scrapbook papers and different things like that. So that's what I attempted to mimic that to a journal style. But here we go. Here's my take on Margie's challenge. It was fun. They said we could add dangles if they were, you know, bright and shiny, but I was like, nope, I'm not going to do it. Because if you remember back when Scrapbook, that wasn't what you did. You didn't add, you had buttons. You know, some of the pages had the buttons that you could put on them. They were there were sticker buttons. There's buttons with pop-up tape on the back. But you did not use charms and stuff at that time. So I did not add any of that stuff. I pretty much stuck with what we would have done. It's just minus the photos and the personal journaling about the photos. That's not on here. But everything else is. Okay, so there's my 2 journals that I did for the challenge. And I'll catch you all later.